They're offended by everything. Students on college campuses create so-called safe spaces to muzzle free speech and shut out conservatives. What's the driving force behind this totalitarian trend? Take a look.
Dennis Prager is best known for his Prager University videos on YouTube.
No document in world history so changed the world for the better, as did the Ten Commandments.
And as the host of a daily radio talk show, a widely sought-after public speaker, and a documentary film producer. His latest project, the film No Safe Spaces, which provides examples of how conservative voices are being shut out of American campuses.
A protest has turned violent in California, Berkeley.
Prager says there's no precedent for how conservative speech is now muzzled from coast to coast. The film looks at the erosion of the First Amendment right of free speech and the politically correct culture that's taken hold of higher education.
Well, Dennis Prager joins us with more on his documentary film called No Safe Spaces. Dennis, welcome. So glad to see you.
It's a joy to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What is this trend that there's supposed to be a safe space where little students in colleges won't get offended by a speech that they disagree with?
It's so pathetic, and I think that's the best word. It's wrong on moral and educational and psychological levels, but it's pathetic. A speaker comes to campus that you don't agree with.
Yeah.
For example, a woman who has made a video, for example, for PragerU. She went to a campus to speak on, is it really a rape culture? I mean, the people say that 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 4 women will be sexually assaulted on the campus, which, by the way, no one believes because everyone sends their daughter to college.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Who would send their daughter to a place where she has a 1 in 4 chance of being raped?
Yeah.
No, so we live in this, we bathe in these lies. So anyway, this woman came to campus, Christina Huff Summers, and they made a safe space. There's literally, I've seen it on many campuses. There's a room called a safe space. You get hot chocolate.
Yeah.
You get to play with Play-Doh.
Come on.
I give you my word.
Come
on. You get to watch movies of frolicking little puppies. And this is to soothe you because a conservative came to campus.
Oh, come on, you can't be serious.
I know.
It's
You're
so
right.
hilarious.
That's what I said. That's why pathetic was my word of choice, yes.
Well, these are college students. They're supposed to be young adults. They're going to be the leaders of our future nation.
See, that's the irony. Conservatives believe that a purpose of college is to make you into an adult.
Yeah.
But the left, and I always contrast left and liberals should know that they're not leftists. They're really not, but they side with them, sadly. But the left wants to keep them children. I have a saying, the only difference between kindergarten and college is the age of the kinder.
The kinder are the little children.
They're kinder in both cases. The idea of not to be offended, all free speech ends up offending someone.
Sure.
The only way to stop it is you use the best word, totalitarian. Mm-hmm. That's what is happening in America. This is the first threat to free speech on this level in American history.
Well, I don't understand. You know, I'm chancellor of a pretty good university, and this stuff would just be appalling to us.
Yes.
Because really, when you go to college, you want to debate concepts. You want to try out concepts and explore. Your mind wants to explore. How can you have little puppies and Play-Doh if you're going to explore controversial ideas?
Well, that's why we made this film, which just opened up, and it had the best opening day in one theater in the history, second best in the history of documentaries in the United States.
Good grief.
So it's now coming to theaters around the country. It's called No Safe Spaces. May I say, just people can go to nosafespaces.com and find out, see a trailer and find out where it'll be playing. This was a work of passion. By the way, I always say, it's not great because I'm in it. It is a great film, but not because I'm in it. I'm honored to be in a great film. There's a difference.
And in this film, you show university after university, and you highlight the actual facts of things that happen, right?
There was a professor, Brett Weinstein, at Evergreen State or Evergreen College. I don't know if the state is in the name, in Washington State. A lifelong liberal, very active liberal, active anti-racist. One day there was an announcement. This just happened a couple of years ago. All whites should leave the campus for that day. And the guy said, "You got to be kidding! I mean, that's out and out racism."
Yeah.
Well, he became so hated. We have video of his story. His story is like a movie in a movie.
Yeah.
And he was cursed and screamed at by students so much that he was told by the police, "We cannot guarantee your safety." And he left. He's a professor of biology. He left Evergreen.
What is the difference then between a leftist and a liberal?
Well, I'll give you one example. I have a video on that at prageru.com. It's a very important distinction, and we have to tell liberals. I'll tell you the difference. I want to say Alan Dershowitz is in this film, the Harvard professor. Says to me, I happen to be in this scene, in his apartment in New York, Dennis, as a liberal, as a Democrat, as a Jew, I far more fear the left than the right.
Dershowitz said that?
It's on. You will see it in the film. That's what a true liberal understands. For example, I ask people that I don't agree with very politely, "Are you a liberal or a leftist?" So they will ask me just what you did. What's the difference?
Yeah.
I'll say, "Well, do you believe in all black dormitories on a campus? If you do, you're a leftist. If you believe in racial integration, you're a liberal."
That's the difference.
It's a good difference. It's one example. Pro-Israel. Israel is a perfect example.
Yeah.
Liberals were always pro-Israel. The left has always hated Israel.
Well, why? Why?
Why did they? Why Israel or why?
Well, this whole boycott, divest.
Isn't it astonishing?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, the left, as I said, since Karl Marx, through Soros and to Ilhan Omar and so on, they have always hated Israel. Israel, well, this is a complex issue, if I may just say. I wrote a book on anti-Semitism, so I've devoted a lot of my life to trying to explore it. In the final analysis, I believe it is hatred of the God who gave the Ten Commandments. They don't the left hates the idea that there is a moral authority higher than them.
Well, you mentioned Soros. Soros is a Jew.
Well, he's a Jew by ethnicity. He hates Israel. He is acknowledged. I don't identify in any way as a Jew. Jews, well, I mean, Marx was the grandson of two Orthodox rabbis, but I'm a Jew, and we're stuck with these people because we're not just a religion. It's like, there are Americans who hate America. There are Jews who hate Israel.
Yeah. Well, this thing has gotten. Are the liberal Jews in America? Do they hate Israel, or they?
No, the liberals don't. The leftists do.
The leftists do.
The leftists do. Yes, and leftism, I have said for years, has been the most powerful religion in the world in the last 100 years. More influential than Christianity or Islam or any other doctrine, and they have infected Christianity and Judaism.
Well, is this what's being taught in the elementary schools?
Yes.
All the way through?
Yes, it starts with, we're not going to call you boys and girls because gender is not binary. It's not divided into boys and girls. There are 100 genders. I mean, and they say they're pro-science.
100 genders?
Yes.
Come on.
You apply on Facebook. The last time I went to look, they give you 57 choices under gender.
Come on. I mean, what kind of 57? I mean, that could be sauce.
No, there's a level of absurdity. It is. Well, look, with no disrespect meant to people who have gender dysphoria, it is not fair for a biological male to run against females, but they keep winning these races and weightlifting things. And we're supposed to go, oh, of course, this is truly the naked emperor. Look at how beautiful the emperor's clothing is. Look at these wonderful females winning these races. Of course, they're biological males. That's why they keep winning.
Well, this whole idea of I didn't think it was, in the early days, it was that big a deal. Now suddenly it's a whole class of people who've had biological...
This too goes back to the ultimately, leftism is a hatred of another basic biblical notion, that God made distinctions.
Male and female.
Yes.
Male and so, well, I don't, I just read, I think there was a man who was running a race and he was running as a woman and won the race. I mean,
in Connecticut, they win race after race. Most of the high school girls' records now in racing are held by biological males.
That's horrible.
Well, and the amazing thing, the silence of feminist groups.
Well, the government is enabling that, enforcing that. What?
Yes. It has been enforced by the government, especially under the Obama administration. That is correct. You and I are kindred spirits in understanding that ultimately the root is a religious battle.
There's no question.
That's the point. And this God distinctions issue, if I may note it for just a second,
Yeah.
I'm writing a 5-volume commentary on the Torah called The Rational Bible. And it's right now the best-selling Bible commentary in America.
My goodness.
I'm very proud of that fact because it's very simple. If the Bible ceases to be the most important book in America, America is doomed. Not because God will punish us. He doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
It's self-inflicted.
Yeah.
I've done on my radio show a question. You'll love this. If it's not the Bible, tell me where you got your wisdom from.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating. And you know what most people say? Life experience. So fine, they go life experience, as if their life experience will equal the wisdom of thousands of years of religious teaching. But okay, then why do you want 17 and 18-year-olds to have the vote? If you admit there's no wisdom until you get older, why would you keep making voting younger?
Yeah. I'm glad I don't have to debate against you. By the way, you sued Google and YouTube for censoring your stuff.
Right. Yes.
What did they do to you?
Well, Prager University, or PragerU as it's known, has 1 billion views a year. And most of them are under the age of 35. So we have prime ministers who give videos, Pulitzer Prize winners. It's a sophisticated operation. They're 5-minute videos. Almost 200 of our videos have been placed on the restricted list with pornography and violence. So we have sued Google, which owns YouTube, over that. I testified in the Senate over that, thanks to Senator Cruz, God bless him. It's a very scary thing because if they prevail, they will, the greatest conduit of information on earth will be able to suppress conservative ideas.
Well, I hope you win.
I hope we win too. And I hope people see No Safe Spaces. It's a great film, and it's an eye-opener.
Is that, Fathom, how do you get it out there?
No Safe Spaces?
Yeah.
Just go to nosafespaces.com as we release it as city after city across the country.
Okay. Dennis, thank you so much.
You're a joy.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Amazing, ladies and gentlemen. No Safe Spaces. To find out where you can see it, go to cbnnews.com. Dennis Prager, wonderful guy.